costs to keep each pony. But heart to heart, Stefanie Powers plays for more than love of the sport. She plays to raise money and keep a promise made to the man she loved. Her vow to William Holden was to realize his dream and create a permanent sanctuary for African wildlife.
I had the good fortune of meeting someone with whom I saw parts of the world that I had always longed to know, and know them in a very personal way.
She has donated over $250,000 to the William Holden Wildlife Foundation and frequently visits the Dark Continent to oversee her labor of love.
What we're trying to teach is the alternatives to slaughtering the animals. Is this question of habitat, who's to have supremacy of the habitat, and how in the world can people manage to survive and coexist with the animals without taking them off the land, but indeed understanding fully well that the presence of wild species enhances the actual quality of the land and makes what was once fertile land, which then turned into desert, become fertile again by the reimplantation of those very species that once lived there.
Her fascinating lifestyle makes her intensely curious about the world. Stefanie's likely to travel anywhere at whim and has 5 languages to call on.
It's always been a passion of mine. I don't know. I suppose somebody made the mistake of giving me a National Geographic when I was just old enough to toddler, and I thought, oh, where's that? I'd really like to see that. I don't travel frivolously. It's never been a frivolous pursuit of mine. I do a great deal of homework. Always try to learn a bit of the language and an awful lot of the history. I don't just travel for pleasure. I always consider it to be in some way, an avocation.
Although Hollywood is home, Stefanie plans to keep fighting until an uncaring world peacefully coexists with Earth's wildlife. And she'll combine that with a career she doesn't plan retiring from.
Retire is a dirty word. I love my work very much. I've done this since I was 15 years old. I think it's one of the most exciting ways to make a living. And I would not like to stop doing this. But I am a schizophrenic personality. And so the other side, which is the part of my life which is my own personal pursuit for happiness, is heavily linked to my devotion to what we're doing in Africa.
Your commitment to the William Holden Wildlife Foundation is so different than show business. Is it to round out your life?
It's not premeditated in that way. It is merely that is what comprises my interests and the diversification of, I suppose, my character. I've never been a sort of quixotic individual who simply shoots for that one windmill. I suppose maybe Auntie Mame was right when she said life is a banquet and most poor suckers are starving to death. I think it's a thrill to be alive.
The privilege of success is freedom of choice, and for Stefanie Powers, it's a mission of caring.